Hello again, everybody. Welcome back. I'm going to make a couple of quick videos talking about some things that we sort of need when we go in the outdoors, either because of inclement weather, the possibility of inclement weather, it might be cool outdoors, and what I found that works good or works well, and things that I found that don't work too well at all. First we're going to talk about headgear. In the summertime and in the wintertime, as Americans, and a lot of people nowadays, we tend to run around with baseball caps on. And I had an ugly experience I've mentioned about in earlier videos about when I was on the Ray Mears bushcraft course. It rained the whole time I was in the UK. And because of that rain, I got a little bit of a snuffy nose. It wasn't very comfortable. And the only thing I brought with me was a baseball cap. And I did bring a small synthetic like a polypropylene watch cap, but I don't even recommend those because they don't keep you warm as warm as wool does. And so what I wanted to talk to you about are hats, right now, and then we're going to go into a few other things. One of the things that I found that works best for me is this hat here. I've spoken about other videos. Look at it, it's pretty beat up. I've had it for over 15 years. And this is the Tilly, and you can see inside of the Tilly hat. Okay, these are Canadian made. They're primarily made for boating and that kind of stuff. And they come in a lot of lighter colors, like white and beige, this kind of stuff. But when I was in the UK, everybody was wearing them and thank goodness for the rain, because it works really well for the rain. It's a heavy cotton duct. It's rot proof. It's got some brass venting, which I've discolored on mine. It does come with a lanyard system that goes under your chin and around the back of your head, but I took that out because I don't really like it that much, and it's primarily for boating and stuff. It also comes with there's a pocket in the top of it, and it comes with a piece of foam inside of it so it floats in water. Now, I didn't need all that. I wanted to lighten it up a little bit because it is a little bit of a warm hat, even though it has some ventilating in it here in the bottom and up top. I just felt like I didn't need that, It also has a Velcro system in it, so you can sort of like put that cord inside of it if you want to. But yeah, it also has a button system, so you can button it up, give it this really funky look, which I never have liked and never wore it that way, except for right now. I just prefer like a slouch hat, which is just like this right here. And what I like about this hat is that it's completely water resistant. And if it gets wet, it dries quickly. And it's a high quality. These hats right here, they do run around 80, 90 francs. But they're high quality. Now, I told you before, people have actually offered to purchase this one from me. Because it has the patina, it has that look in it, instead of a brand new one. Which I like this one right here. I mean, something I have had to do, I've had to stretch it sometimes. So I've gotten it wet and stretched it a little bit. This is a 7 3/8, which I really hate the American inch system, measurement system, which it also says is 23 1/8 inches or 59.5 centimeters. So I'm around 59.5 centimeters to 60, which is a standard, I guess, a large size. But it's Tilly Endurables. And this hat, it has a lifetime guarantee if it's insured against loss. So if you were to lose it, you send in the paperwork and they will replace it for free. I've not tried to pull that one to get a new hat. I'm pretty happy with the one I have, and this is a good hat. I think they also know that a lot of people like that patina look, But this is my favorite hat now, and I carry it with me everywhere, and I wanted to make sure that this is in the video, that we're talking about. Another hat that I carry and use, and I've had this one right here for longer than the Tilly, and that is my old Booney hat from when I was in the Army. It has cat eyes on the back of it. And this right here has been to Panama, been tropical zones, been in the heat of North Carolina summers. It's been everywhere. Now, it feels a little bit snugger on my head because we used to wear them a little bit more cockier. It's a really good hat. But the problem with these right here, they're good for the sun because they're sun hats. They're pretty crap when it comes to the rain because when they get wet, they stay wet. This one is a size 7 1/4. Okay. Yeah, it's also a good hat. It's camouflaged, but You know, I also have one in olive drab somewhere in all my stuff, and I have some other countries camouflage, which I don't really wear, but this right here has proven to be a good hat, and it's good to have a hat like this right here, something with a brim around it, you know, for the summertime. It also protects you not only just against rain, but also the sun, you know, because around your neck and your chest area, this kind of stuff, and your ears, these protect very, very well against the heat of the sun. And like I said, if it's raining out, it sort of keeps that rain off of your neck and that kind of stuff from going down the back of your shirt, you know. Another thing are wool hats. This is one from Scouting and Kindersteg, which I've had. And this one right here is, it's one that's kind of just barely get over your ears, you know. It's a brown one. I like it a lot. I used to usually wear it when I go to Kindersteg. I have another Scouting one that I picked up when I'd forgotten that one time. And it does pretty much the same way. This is a Scouting, these little wool watch caps. I have a gray one from Helicon Tex. It does the same thing. It's a merino wool, doesn't itch or anything like that. And even when these are wet, they work really well. You know, they keep you warm, because you lose a lot of heat, up to 30% through your head. And this right here will definitely hold on to that heat, and they're really nice to use to sleep with. What I'll do is I'll wear, in the wintertime I wear them, but I'll even wear them when I'm sleeping and stuff on my head, because I usually like to sleep with my head outside, because I don't like breathing hot condensed air, you know. I also have this this is a merino wool, and this is like a tube, like the British Commando. And I think I got this through Ray Mears' website a long time ago. I like it, but I don't wear it because I really don't like to have a rolled up. I don't like having this rolled up hat, you know. So, and the same this one right here. This one here I got for work when I was working as a gardener for about 1.5 years. It came in handy. It worked really well. I think I paid $5 for this right here in the local Hornbach. Really good. I don't think it's 100% wool, although it feels like it is. It doesn't feel synthetic, but these are good winter hats. They're good to have, and I suggest carry one with you. You know, carry one with you, so in your pack. You never know when you may need it. You might feel a little bit cold, and some people also carry scarves. I don't carry a scarf. I never have been a fan of the wool scarves, for example. They itch too much and I get very warm. But this right here is like it's a tube, and there's several companies that make these. I think the first one that started doing this was Spec Ops under Jeff Wormer. I think he was making these different camouflages. This probably is one from his company. Yeah, it's got the name on it here. I can't even read it though. But anyway, this is a very good, because there's a lot of things you can do. It's a tube of, sadly it's a tube of cotton, but it's a polyester stuff. But you can put it around your head. You can put it around your neck. You can do lots. You can wear it up on your face, this kind of stuff. It's not bad to have as a supplement, you know, around your neck or something like that, especially if you go skiing or something like that, or if you're out in the cold weather, you know, when you stop, you put this on and it'll protect your neck. And those of us who have, oh, there's a name right there. Those of us who had bad backs, like I've had 2 back operations, it sort of helps some of that cold from going down your back. So this is a very nice thing to have also. I can't remember the name of those things, but anyway, they're pretty good. Another thing I carry with me are gloves in the wintertime, and these are your typical old school U.S. Army wool gloves that we all got issued back in the, well, I don't know when they stopped issuing these right here, but I know we got them in the 80s and 90s when I was serving, and these are fantastic. They don't, I mean, when they're wet though, because they're a bit loose, it's not as tight weaved as some of the other ones you can find. But when they're wet, they're not as warm, and they're liner for the all black glove that we were issued at the time. Nowadays they don't issue that glove anymore. And yeah, but for bushcraft stuff here, this is a really good glove just to have on your hands. And then if you're going to work, I take my gloves off, or I'll wear work gloves or whatever. These are not too bad to have on you. Something else I carry on me. Oh yeah, here's in my later years we got issued these right here, and these are polypropylene liners. Are thinner. They're actually, I always felt like they're a bit warmer than the wool ones were. These could be wool also, I don't know. But they're thinner, but they're quite resistant. And these are super huge. I ordered some, and they sent me the wrong size. But yeah, so I have these super huge gloves that I don't even wear. I have some older ones I've had, but I used to always wear the fingers out pretty quickly in them. These out here have never been worn because they're just so big, but I do have them. You never know. Might be somebody has a huge glove hand, they need it. Something else we wore in the Army quite often were pilot's gloves, flight gloves. These are my last pair that still have the fingers in them, and I still have them. They're actually pretty good gloves, and nowadays, of course, we've replaced them a lot with mechanic's gloves. The problem with these gloves is that they wear out in the fingers. These are real leather, but they still wear out in the fingers pretty quickly, and so they don't make the best of outdoor gloves, I find. If you want something more resistant, then you need something more resistant than that, you know. And that comes over to leather gloves. Now, I have several pairs of leather gloves. These right here are just a standard basic leather glove right here. These right here are, I've worn them some, not too often, because I have another pair that I wear, which feels a little bit more comfortable, but these are here something I got at a regular supply store that sells stuff for work and stuff. And these actually are softer, and they're actually pretty good work gloves, you know. I need to punch a loop in them, a ring in them, so I can carry them on my belt or something like that if I need them, but they actually do really well. Of course, they have this big name on the back of them, but I don't care. I want to use them for working. I'm not out there to do more than that. And in the wintertime, I have some winter work gloves, and these right here are some deer skin right here, and they have a liner inside of them. This right here has a synthetic liner inside of it right here, and they're pretty good. I've had these for many years. They're quite soft, and they're quite resistant, but you know, like anything else, they're leather. When they get wet, the inside gets wet, you start having cold hands also. But they're not bad. These are not bad whatsoever. They're good for work gloves, especially, like I said, in the wintertime. And I have a pair from Marmot that I gotten, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, 10, 12 years ago. And these are also pretty good. I like these because they fit much better on my hand, a little bit tighter. But they also have a synthetic liner on them also. And they're quite resistant. The other day I showed you a pair of gloves. Now I have to dig them out, so give me a second. Here they are here. And these are some work gloves that I've had for some years now, and I like them a lot. They have a synthetic or wool backing on them, but their front's leather. And they're not too bad. They're pretty warm, and they're good for working, just like that. They hold on to your hands pretty well. They have a good, like I said, a good reinforced front here. You can use, the back is a synthetic material, but like I said, it could be wool. I need to look into it, but it's actually quite stretchy. I doubt it's wool. It's probably some synthetic, but these are not too bad. And with these right here, they feel, you know, I can shoot these gloves right here and feel very comfortable with them. They're a little bit bulky in the fingers, but they're actually quite good. And they're really good for working with, and you can see I've worked with them a good bit. And they're quite resistant, you know. Worst thing is finding a good pair of gloves, and they go missing. And that's usually what happens. We usually don't wear them out as quick as we do as they go missing, which is the biggest problem. But anyway, these are some of the gloves I have, and I wanted to present to you guys and talk to you about gloves. It's important to protect your hands because in a cold weather environment, you get an injury on your hands. You got to use those hands, and the problem is that if you got a cut or something like that, or the colder the weather, it just doesn't heal as quickly. Okay. Another thing is this: if you're in a situation where you're not eating as much, you're tired. Well, tired, you're actually more likely to injure yourself. But if you get a scrape or a cut, it takes longer to heal because your body's undernourished and stuff like that. So if you've been out for a week or something like that hiking and you're not eating as much as you normally do, you know, and you're losing weight, especially if you're on a long hike or a long expedition, or you're out for several weeks, you go up to Sweden or something like that, and really sitting in the backwoods, or if you're in North America and you're spending time out in Alaska or anywhere, and you're outdoors all the time, those hands are very important. So you have to be very careful because you're undernourished, you're not eating as you normally do. Your body is trying to protect itself, but it cannot send what it needs to. You know, it's like a tree. You know, I don't know if you know the story behind the beech tree. The beech tree, when it gets really hot weather and starts getting very dry, it'll start dropping limbs to protect itself. And that's why you never want to camp out in the summertime near a beech tree, because you can have a huge, and these limbs are you know, they weigh a ton, fall on you and you're splat. So that's something you gotta think about. Anyway, I just wanted to quickly bring this video to you. We're going to do another one here. We're going to talk about clothing aspects. Okay, nothing serious, but we're going to talk about just what I like to wear when I'm out in the field. I usually always carry with me, but anyway, that's just a little bit of information about hats and about gloves and protective items. Because you wear the hat to protect you from the rain, from the sun, and from the cold, and the gloves the same way. Okay, and one of the worst sunburns I ever had was on the back of my hand, and that was actually in infantry school. Back in a long time ago, I burnt the back of my hand so bad, because at that time they wouldn't allow us to wear. We weren't wearing flight gloves and this kind of stuff. We had to wear, it was summertime. We didn't wear gloves. So anyway, I want to thank you for coming over for this, for watching this video and supporting my channel. I wish you the best of days, and please continue supporting my channel. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave comments. I want to see your comments. I try to answer everyone's comments. I hope it gets to the day where I can't answer everyone's comments, but I do want to do my best to answer everyone's comments. And if you have any questions, please let me know. One more quick thing is that I always carry with me also, especially for the summertime, and that is a scarf, okay, or a handkerchief, because like I've said, presented in other videos, these things have a million uses, from pre-filtering water to keeping you cool to wiping yourself down, and so that's another item that I always carry with me. I have several of them, a blue and a red and a green. The green one I showed you the other day is in my pack. And I'll probably need to get tomorrow, because if it's raining like it is today, tomorrow on my hike, it's gonna be interesting. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good Saturday, and I'll be back with you again soon, another video. And I want to thank you and talk to you again soon. Bye bye.